This is the cutting edge, you know. A whole heap of time people, when we're on tour and all over the place and people are interviewing me, them say, Muta, tell me something. We say a whole heap of white people are turn Rasta now. White people can be Rasta? A big question that, you know. White people can be Rasta? When me answer them and say, well, more time I want to forget the reason, and I say, then look, you know, me see black people turn Roman Catholic, you know. So me don't know. But we don't really want to ask if white people can be Rasta. What we want to find out is what is Rastafari as it relates to blackness, and should we know because of music declare say Rasta is for everybody, whether you're black, white, purple, green. Because we know so a whole heap of one push the argument there over the years, and especially with this song One Love by Bob Marley. One love, one heart, let's get together and be alright. A whole heap of people use that, plus the speech by His Majesty will say, until the philosophy that all one race superior and the other inferior, until the color of a man's skin is of no significance than the color of his eyes. Ironically, that speech was meant for the liberation of African people. Because I'm saying, until that day, we Africans will fight if it is necessary. We Africans will fight. That is the word there. We Africans will fight if it is necessary. Because we're fighting against that system, and people hear me talk about that all the while on the program, I say. We are talking about until that day, like the liberation over, until the fight for our liberation over. So we are talking like say, it over now, so the intention of Leonard Oil is not representative again. While Leonard Oil declare Haile Selassie, a whole heap of people almost X out the reason why Leonard Oil declare Haile Selassie. And also, we want to incorporate a fraction of a speech where Haile Selassie make. But until the color of a man's skin have no until color of a man's skin have no significance of the color of his eyes. A whole heap of these things when sometimes Haile Selassie talk, him talk to a specific people, him talk to the Ethiopian people. This speech was relating to how we Africans going to deal with our liberation from white supremacy and racism. As a matter of fact, I think it was in Los Angeles, in California, I made that speech, and it stand to be corrected. But that speech was made, I think, in California. We want to figure it out, you know, because we know about hipsters, the hipsters. We don't know how much people know who is a hipster, and we know about the influx from them time there until now. We see a whole heap of people come to Jamaica to soak up the culture, soak up the music, soak up the sun, soak up all the things that Jamaica for offer. As a matter of fact, Jamaica is like a little Mecca. Jamaica is like a little Jerusalem. Jamaica is like a little Utopia. Jamaica is like Nirvana. Jamaica is all the little things them where people want Jamaica to be, but it is of no significance if you don't declare the Rastafari culture and the Rastafari image, because that is really what is projected, whether it's tourism, whether it's through the music, or most of the time through the art form. Rastafari is what is incorporated into the cultural manifestation of Jamaica. And we see a whole heap of foreigners from them time there, from in the 60s, in the 70s, and close up to the 80s, where leave all over the world, especially all in California. I know a whole heap of white people, musicians and otherwise, who came to Jamaica because of the music. As a matter of fact, I know like a sister of mine, Panamanian sister who passed, who came here because she was watching the order they come until this Rasta man in the water, Daniel Hartman, come out of the water and flash him locks to get out the water from here, and that was the defining moment of our moving from our life where she used to live. Come here and decide, this is where she want to live. And know a whole heap of people like that in the 70s, especially 80s, but was drawn here because of Rastafari and the music, but especially the music and the ganja. And it is no different now. There's no difference in what is taking place now, because a whole heap of people is coming from all over, especially young people, which is in damn time those people used to come was young people. Yeah, those people was young people. But when I was in my 20s, and right now the people that are coming, the same thing. It's like a regurgitation of the same thing over and over and over. So when we talk about then, now we are talking about now. Sometimes never the twain shall meet, but it meet because there's no difference in what is taking place. Then it's like how people are talking about difference. The people them coming to Jamaica now, and what is it now is that there's more reggae festivals. In those times, it was only one festival, and that was Reggae Sunsplash. Reggae Sunsplash start the ball rolling as it relates to how you're going to internationalize reggae music. But the forerunners of the reggae music is Rasta. Is Rasta go project it. And one of the most famous person everybody know who project the music was the Wailers. And them go out there, especially Bob Marley, go out there and spread the reggae music and him understanding and belief in Rastafari. So everything we sing, everything we say, everything is related around Rastafari. So it draw and pull a whole heap of people to Jamaica. And when them come here, them see the glory of Jamaica, but most of all, the interest was in ganja and Rasta and reggae. And the three of them was like a trinity to white people. To white people. When I say black people never drawn to it, but we are talking about now white people who the Rastafari, and this is going to be very, I don't know, I don't like put things where I say controversial. And it's not controversial neither because it's so it go. The Rastafari expression was not meant to incorporate white people. We're going to make that so keen, and then now we're going to hear the whole heap of controversy around what I just say. But I'm going to say it again. When Leonard Howell declared Haile Selassie, it was not meant for white people. It was meant to liberate black people who found themselves in that situation what them call colonialism and white supremacy. That is why Leonard Howell declares, we will not declare the King and Queen of England. We are going to find our own king in the person of Haile Selassie, because this man is going to liberate African people, black people, from colonialism and slavery. So that is why the first man them who declared this thing, them even disregard the Bible and make them own Bible. That is how revolutionary them was. Them start to make them own Bible, the Holy Piddy is there. And you have the parchment scrolls. And Leonard Howell started to declare some things where was seen as treason, was seen as madness, craziness. Now we say, I don't know if we call it an evolution or a change. I prefer to call it a change. Because I don't want to say evolution, because evolution is moving from one level to the next level. Change is that you start out with one thing and you change to a next thing. And what we're seeing in the context of what we call now the proliferation of visitors to Jamaica, especially young people who love the music, hear the music in Europe and all these places, is that the children of Babylon, according to what them used to call the movie, there was a movie named Children of Babylon. The children of Babylon is now declaring Rastafari, but them declaring it in the context of reggae music and ganja. Them declaring it in the name of reggae music and ganja. So the locks, very important, because now you see, because you have one time, you know, when you look on people and them say, you think, say, white people can't locks. People never know, say, you could have white people, but people never even know, say, black people, you could have say so neither. People never know, say, people used to say, oh, nobody can play reggae music like Jamaican. No, they have to come here, so come learn how to play this. Now you have people that play reggae music, and if you listen to them CD, you'll never know, say, them are not Jamaican. You have people that talk about Rasta now who have become an authority on Rasta, who is not African. And when I say African, I talk about not Rasta will come from Jamaica who declare themselves African. You have people of authority on Rasta now who lacks, who come amongst Rasta man, and you have a whole heap of Rasta will open to them, and them become a part of that. Where Peter Tosh should have called it now. It was a Peter Tosh call it, but it was called culture vultures. Culture vultures. You have a lot of culture vultures. And people don't want you say these things because now them claim say we are follow His Majesty. We are follow His Majesty. His Majesty declare the Organization of African Unity. His Majesty with Kwame Nkrumah and others set up an organization named the Organization of African Unity. His Majesty set up an organization for people of African descent to help Ethiopia in its crisis, named the Ethiopian World Federation. The Ethiopian World Federation. His Majesty set up the OAU, the Organization of African Unity, now the AU. We want to really explore these conditions that is now all over the place. It's the conditions we say, is this a kind of cultural rape? Because I want to tell you that a whole heap of the 70s and 80s people them who used to come to Jamaica, who is now elder like me now, but in a them time they was in a 20-year-old, 30-year-old, a whole heap of 20-year-old, and just like now, 30-year-old youth used to come to Jamaica, both women and men, And when them soak up the culture, it's the same people them who we call children of Babylon. The children them, the Jewish children them what we call have white privilege. The hardcore white youth who did see hippie, but now them see Rasta. Them see hippie a way out, them see Rasta as a near thing to hippie. Because the hippie them did a fight against the system, Vietnam War and all them thing there. And them shun the system, so them gone into every man have drugs so them can't find. Anything goes. A whole heap of them youth there who turn big man or go back to them system, go back there, go back to America, cut off them locks. And is now back into the corporate business who has embraced the capitalist structure, capitalist society. The same society that them used to it out against them parents against. The same society that them tell them parents say them don't want to have none of that. A whole heap of them, the majority, and I talk about the minority, no, I talk about the majority. The majority of those who embrace Rastafari culture, reggae music, and ganja in the 70s and early 80s, I say in the 60s, 70s, and early 80s, when they used to come, especially Negril was a capital. Negril, not Kingston. Negril was a capital. People just passed through Kingston. But in them days, it was Negril. A whole heap of them went back to America and went back into the system. And if you see them now on the streets in a Manhattan, on Wall Street, you'd never know, say, them was soaking up the Rasta culture in a trench town and all over the place in a Negril West Side and them thing there. I smoke ganja. You'd never know till them used to do those things. And what it did was to pacify. It pacified I don't want to call the uneducated. I don't want to say uneducated, but I'm going to say uneducated for want of a better word. The rest of them who was not exposed to outside. Because them days no visa and them thing there was like, wow, you know, unless you go married to one white woman, you get visa, you go to Germany, you don't have to have no visa and all these things. You know, you get a German woman or a French woman pregnant, you can go to Europe as you want. But a lot of them get pacified. Them get pacified to the point where Rasta was just a saying. It's like Rasta just become a saying now. You say Rastafari, Rastafari, you still smoke herbs, you still have on your locks. But it's just a next person in the system. You know, just a next person in the system. You might sell your herbs, some of them turn to coke. Them never start out with coke, but after a while, them get introduced to it. So they move from herbs to coke. Some man get got prison feed, so you see them start to, because them start to get the market for ganja, the illegal drug according to them, was very pronounced in these places like St. Anne, Negril, and them thing. That some man could have find a way to get it out of Jamaica to white people. Them days you hardly have any black Jamaican people carry ganja in a big ship and load and thing. The first big thing our ganja may ever them monks. When I say them monks now, the man them who did that breed, me them monks them, and we couldn't believe that these things are going plain load. Some white people just come and man just go so bam 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 and plain load of ganja left so in the area in a Westmoreland, and I say blouse and skirt. I tell you, say, my brethren, him there, you know, him named Kojo. Kojo used to control some white people and Negril there, and we keep a big festival down there now, and But they are town and just say, boy, we come down there for come cook food and all them something there. And we say, yeah man, we go down there, go set up the food and we there in all this hotel. Them time there no big hotel never down there. No big hotel never down there. And we there in the hotel. That time I think Matalan was the Minister of National Security or something. One of the Matalan them was Minister. And we there. And we hear helicopter all over the place. When we look, when we jump up out of the bed to right, when we look, police circle the place. And this man used to ship with enough ganja. That me never even know, say, come here wonder how money does a run. So man said, me go buy a big pot, big this and give me taxi fare, give me a taxi man for go buy food at Westmoreland Market and everything. I say, wow, big thing, big festival of go on in here. So the ganja was one of the things them. And you have many other things where we could even mention, but we're not going to mention right now, panic. But we know a whole heap of ganja man in a Montego Bay. We transform themselves from ganja to coke. And them man, they know is big official man. Have them hotel and have them this and that now. And, you know, them is highly respected in the community in Jamaica. Highly respected. We are talking about man from in the 60s, 70s, that's 70s, 80s. Come start among them from early 70s, 80s. In the 70s, me there Montego Bay. From Nigel to Montego Bay and them thing there. And white people come and flood the place. Dreadlocks, white people, ganja. You have the woman, them for a lesser reason, them never so much into the being a Rasta, but they love Rasta man. Only for them come here, come love of Rasta man and get pregnant for Rasta man. And eventually the Rasta man well want to fire him, end up a foreign in Europe, end up a California, only for them end up a California and them thing there. So Rasta get watered down from them time there because of this integration where people say, Emperor Haile Selassie say, the color of a man's skin have no significance than the color of his eyes. That is where he must say, Haile Selassie say, and them always quote that part. Them always quote that part to show you say, the color of a man's skin have no significance than the color of his eyes. But it's a philosophy. Haile Selassie talk about a philosophy that all one race superior and the other inferior. Until that day, we Africans will fight if it's necessary, because we are confident in the victory of good over evil. Marcus Garvey, who most, if not every Rastaman say, as the political leader for Rasta, political leader for Rasta, who I listen to what I say keenly and carefully. Because when I talk, don't feel nobody come twist it. Marcus Garvey declare Africa for Africans, those at home and those abroad. The Prime Minister of Ghana come here the other day and say, him going to allow Jamaicans who is of African descent with Jamaican passport to get rid of the visa requirement. The Africans with Jamaican passport. Haile Selassie formed the OAU, the Organization of African Unity. We're not losing focus of the struggle, you know. We're not losing focus of the struggle. No matter how much reggae music want to come say this and say that. There is a struggle that is taking place that we don't ever reach. How much step we are climbing, we don't ever reach it. About if a 10 step we are climbing, we don't ever reach 4 of the step them yet. We We don't climb forward step them yet to come declare certain things. And we know it's going to burn a whole heap of people out now we to these things. But if you really look at what I say, I will not talk about from a religious perspective, yes or no, because religion will make you love everything. All when the thing pain you. We are say that there's a struggle that is taking place. Black people need to free themselves from colonialism and slavery. Marcus Garvey said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Slavery. A serious word. Marcus Garvey said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Who Marcus Garvey attacked to? Who Marcus Garvey is telling to emancipate themselves from mental slavery? Because this man knows, black people was in bondage and slavery for years, hundreds of years. And them claims that them emancipate we take out the chain them off our foot and off our hand and off our neck. I have some chain on my yard, you know. I have some chain on my yard where we get from God. I say every time I look on them slave train there, I can't change. I can't change because I realize that chain there is a terrible chain where them put through your neck, foot, and your hand. But guess what now? The chain that we're not seeing, that we get complacent about, is that mental chain. That's why the man say, CB goes, the greatest weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. The mind of the oppressed. And so Marcus Garvey said, emancipate yourself from mental slave. Who Marcus Garvey was talking to? So, what we are asking, are we going to make these words null and void? Because now we see people coming into a space and we are now capable of going into their space, and we are now all human beings, which we are. But don't tell me, so when you look at me, you don't see a black person, you don't see African. I disrespect that. When I look at you, I don't see color. When I look at you, I don't see color. I am a black person, African to the core. That is racism in itself. That is racism in itself. And if he's a black man who's saying that, you need to emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Because we not losing sight about the humanity that we talk about. We are human. Human beings, black, white, red, yellow, purple, we are all human beings and we understand that. But guess what? It's not every human being in a situation where we find ourselves in as African people. It's not every human being find themselves in that position. Yeah? We, African people, is at the lowest level of the pole. And we get all of these leaders to rise way up out of it. And every time the leader them come, you hear to them is racist, you hear to them this, you hear to them that, and some of them get assassinated. Because them are defend African people. So them want us now to give up on that struggle and say, let us fight for all people. Because if Africa free, everyone will be free. That is my philosophy. If Africa not free, nobody can tell them free. And if one man free and the others not free, no man can truly say that him is free. Because the freedom of one is dependent on the freedom of all. And we are talking about African redemption. And the bubble them come and them say, black liberation. And we are say, we lose touch. What was the purpose of Rastafari in the first place? And if we can say that what we're hearing around the place now, and I want you seriously think about it, and we are talking about every Rasta we are listening to me right now, without prejudice and without saying, you want to kill the messenger. Listen to what I say. Can you truly say that when His Majesty say, until the color of a man's skin is of no significance than the color of his eyes? And when Him say, we Africans will fight if it is necessary, because we are confident in the victory of good over evil. And Marcus Garvey say, Africa for Africans, those at home and those abroad. And Leonard Howell come say, in order to liberate yourself from colonialism and slavery, we have to have our own king as black people. So it's black liberation and black redemption, Leonard Howell has say. And we celebrate Leonard Howell's birthday. We celebrate Leonard Howell in June. We are saying, can we truly say honestly to ourselves that we really reach that point of liberation where we can now include everybody with a concept of let's get together and be all right? Because we could have danced a little more. We can't dance out. We can't dance out. The situation and the problem that black people find themselves in today, in the 21st century. We can't dance out. The situation where in Africa, the racism that take place against black people in Europe, France, Germany, England, we can't dance at all. We could have sing little more and sing little more that now help African people to liberate themselves if we feel say the liberation of African people past the stage now where we just be inclusive. Where we just say, boy, right now, a liberation, African people liberation, Africa for Africans, those at home and those abroad. What kind of foolishness is that? Leonard Howell, that's a Leonard Howell days that how much years ago. We are dealing with right now. We come to unite the world. And that we irregardless that talk about on stage every day. We have to reprimand artists that day when they say, we are all Africans. And when they say we are Africans, they say Chinese Africans, Europeans are Africans. They say, what the hell is this? And then them have this argument for you know, say, because human beings start Africa, therefore everybody is African. It's only black people love to hear these things. It's only black people. Powerful white men. When we talk about powerful white men, we talk about men who can make a difference to our world, the world go. Them don't married to black woman. We can't say that again. Powerful white men. And when I say powerful, I don't mean just power. Power mean people who decide your politics, your religion, your social order, your sexual preferences. Powerful white men don't married to black woman. It's just so. They must be able to change your life. And if they want to find a black woman, they could have go for somebody where You have to think if them black or them white. We are saying liberation is the aim. Liberation is the ultimate aim. And Rastafari was supposed to be that vanguard of liberating African people. But somewhere along the line, between reggae music, between visa, between lax, and between ganja, we go half course. And it was very difficult to come on course again because we know we get implanted with a microchip now. It's like if you talk now a certain way, even the same black people are going to say you're racist, first of all. But if the same Rasta are going to tell you, say, he must follow the teachings of His Majesty. He must follow the teachings of His Majesty. Leonard Owen is of that time there. Now we might talk about this time here. But every day you talk about Africa, you know. Every day you talk about Africa. What is it that these neo-Rastas is doing as it relates to the liberation struggle? First of all, if you have something that deal with Rasta, or if you have something that deal with liberation, you hardly find any reggae Rasta there. And you hardly. You're going to find two sprinklers all over the place. Unless sometimes I would trim a perform where I'm there too. Because if you never perform, sometimes them wouldn't there. So you have to say, no, you hardly will find a Rasta who are dealing with reggae. Go to a Pan-Africanist something. Sometimes he will go because he want to be known, say him the dead present and camera there, and people say, boy, guess who me see there? This, that, and that, you know, and him just say, you know, him name gone up, say, boy, yeah man, this and that. But when him up on the stage now, him belt out Rastafari, him pride, it's a lot high. And ganja for free and all these things. But what after? What after that? Rasta is not ganja smoking and Rastafari. It's a liberation movement to liberate black people from colonialism and slavery. And when we talk about slavery now, we're not talking about in relationship to chain pan foot. We are talking about emancipate yourself from mental slavery. And after you emancipate yourself, you know, you're the people them say when you're in a plane. For those of us who go in a plane regular, they put the mask around your head first. If the plane getting a problem, and yesterday when they call the oxygen mask, put it around your head first. You can't be trying to save the world, and you can't even save your family. You can't be trying to save the world, and you tell people around the place where them for wear, or where them not for wear, where them for eat, or where them not for eat. And your picnic, and your wife, and your all whosoever they around you, your girlfriend, you can't control her. And not that you want to control her, but compatibility is a good thing. So you're going to now declare liberation for the world when you can't liberate yourself, and you can't liberate your picnic, you can't liberate your girlfriend, and you can't liberate your wife, you can't liberate nobody. But now you are trying to get access to the same children of Babylon that you declare said this and you declare said that. And then now presumptuousness start to declare. Because now These children of Babylon is going to tell you now who is a Rasta. Who is a Rasta? And a man like me, Mutabaruka, so it's not a Rasta because he might talk on the radio. He might talk about black when Haile Selassie don't declare said the whole of is one. And I'm not reading the Bible. Because there's no male nor female, Jew nor Gentile according to Paul. Paul said there's no male nor female, Jew nor Gentile. And him say, it's a shame for a man to have long hair. Paul said that. Does not nature teach you? Does that shame for a man to have long hair? That's what the Bible, Paul, I tell you. There's neither male nor female, Jew nor Gentile in the sight of the Lord, which is lie. Because even same Jesus I say, I came not for this, I came for the lost sheep of Israel. Him not come for no body out there, so the Bible say that. The Bible say him never come for everybody. Him come for the last house of Israel. Because Israel according to him last. And them him come for save them. He never come for no Gentile. And Paul come now and come fix up them reasoning there. If you want to read the Bible and study the Bible and see how it go. Never come for the world. Him come for him people them. Him come for save them because him say them get scattered all over the world and him want to bring them back together. 12 tribes of Israel. 12 tribes is the first organization I go and see so much white people in there. One heap of white people all on the executive. Where them is now? Where are those people now? Those executives who was in 12 tribes, I was there in the 70s, early 70s. Enough white people. Where are they now? Them gone back to them middle class, Jewish family, white privileged family. Them gone back to those kind of life. That was just a little by the way thing, passing by. Very exotica, Rasta, wild and dangerous and just look like them against the system, and them want to be against the system because them family is not part of them plan. So when them come to Jamaica, them soak up that. Here is some man where just against the system, you know, like wow. This is the cutting edge on RFM. The man called Burning Spear, fashion dread, young people business, commercial dread, young people business. When I talk about young people business, is what happen when those young people become big people. You know them way there. So we are going to talk to my brethren and we are going to continue the discussion about this topic here where get some people nervous. Get some people nervous when we talk this way upon the radio. You understand? You know, Naya Bingi, when me in a 12 tribe, I'm start with the Naya Bingi, the 12 tribe people, them never like it because them said Naya Bingi people, them are some people who born Jesus and born God and all them something real thing. But the weirdest thing about it, I found that Naya Bingi to me was a very authentic version of what I consider to be Rastafari. And I will never stop heal my brethren profile. Never stop heal my brethren there. Because over the years, I see the brethren stand up and know that Naya Bingi is not no organization. And I only Rasta don't even want to admit, or maybe him don't even know, that Naya Bingi is a woman from Uganda. Has nothing to do with Judeo-Christianity. no Bible reading and no priests. As a matter of fact, most of the top part of the Nyabingi order was priestess. It's only for priestess. Because a Nyabingi is a female energy. It's a female energy that help, just like Obia, to oppose the British colonial masters in Africa. It's an ancient African spiritual reawakening and awakening. Nyabingi. The same way you see Rasta Nyabingi burning the fire and chanting, beat down the oppressor and all of these things. That is the Nyabingi order. Now over the years we say Nyabingi not evolve, Nyabingi change. Nyabingi change over the years in Jamaica. Where we see now man organize it into becoming, you have priests, and you have this, and you have that in the Nyabingi, and you have man stand up there read Bible and all them something there. Losing the true essence of what it was supposed to be, or what it is meant to be. No. What we say now, a strange thing happened now. That the children of Babylon is claiming Nyabingi now. Yes. You go to Europe and you see all these white youths chanting and claiming so them have a Nyabingi, and them have a place round at the back at the festival, the reggae festival, them where them says Nyabingi. If we go up on the ship and we say man chant, well, I don't know if them say that is a Nyabingi still. I never hear them say that. Them say that is a chanting, early morning chanting, Rasta chanting from the sunrise up. But it was performed by the Nyabingi bridging them. But we go to reggae festivals now, we see them have a little Nyabingi section, and it's pure white youth to see around the drum, them a chant Nyabingi, red, gold and green like wow, and them locks long like longer than my one. And it's Nyabingi and it's Jaratafari. I say, what the hell is this? And them I say Nyabingi. I say, but wait, this is almost like a corruption, just like how them corrupt our ancient African spirituality and turn it into some Christian doctrine. We say the same thing. And to thine own self be true. If you're really truthful to yourself, you see the Nyabingi get corrupted and it gets usurped by people who it was not meant for. It was not meant for. It is an African tradition. And whenever the children of Babylon, I would never like to say Babylon, you know, because Babylon is not something very which that it really has scorn either. But when we see that these children of the oppressor, is now chanting the Nyabingi, and Rasta stand up there and feel good and feel great. Say, see there, them don't know them have to bow, man. And them glad now, them say, yeah man, we're all one and thing. Nyabingi is an African thing. Just like the mama. That is where Rasta get the locks from, according to what I hear the elders them say. Them see these people fighting the British with them ear like that, and them just adapt that. The mama, Nyabingi order. The Nyabingi order is a spiritual awakening to defy the powers that be, that is keeping them in colonialism and in slavery. Now we have the slave master pick me a chant, and I say Nyabingi them a chant. And we feel good about it. We feel good about it. The children of of the oppressor take a weapon, which is the drum, and claim to them a chant like it's a Christian thing. Like it's a Christian thing. When I did just start grabbing it, that was never heard of, that was never happening. It was never happening. In the 70s when I just started grabbing it, I never did that happen. Now see man set up like a place all in a Central Park. I tell them I keep bingy. What is the hell is this? What is that? You know, me have some brethren, you know. Me have some brethren where when me ask them why them trim and go do something else, them say, boy, I'm out, I'm tell the truth, you know. Rasta switch for me, say Rasta change, Rasta switch. Because him thinks a Rasta would be this and Rasta would do that, but him not say Rasta though where them start out to deal with. You know, me can't say nothing. Me can't say nothing. Because I declare myself Rastafari, but I see certain things there. But how will people afraid to say these things? Them afraid. Because first of all, them good and not get no more show of foreign. Because how me talk now, it come like when Sizzler talk about gay. They say, right, that's about that thing. I don't want to come up with it. Which that happened to me originally. The first time I get up and say, and I say, it's not good for staying in a white man country too long. People say them no want me upon them festival again because I'm a racist. When I say free up the land, white man, free all African, I will go to Europe, right across Europe for 8 weeks with the crowd, you say free up the land, white man. After a while, them I say, ratted. No, sir. Them man, they deal with black power and African thing. We want people to deal with one love. Let's get together and be all right. Where you can stand up in a club and say, a dreadlocks, a wine up on a white woman and no feel no way. And then them go around the car and a child and I being gay. Good night.
Greetings, Brother Muta.
How are you, man?
I'm giving thanks.
Alright, I hope you're not sleeping, Bridget.
No, man, wide awake listening to you.
You listen to me when me that talk about for the first hour?
Yeah, man. Keenly.
Alright, we have on the line here Jalani. Jalani has done so much different things for Rastafari, and I can remember that he was round Plano and all different things. Him come back up on the next elder now, Plano reincarnated. I don't know if I go about this shit, but alright, so here what we are talking about. We are talking about the idea that white youth, just like maybe I don't know how long you have been recognizing the fate of Rastafari, but from in the early 70s, a whole heap of people used to come to Jamaica. You must have known about that.
Same.
Yeah, them come to Jamaica because them love Rastafari. Well, them want to soak up the culture and thing. And then years in, years on, and then little more we see those same children go back to America, go back to Europe where them come from, cut off them locks and then start to go back into the system where them really claim say it's Babylon. So them go back into the system. But I find say there's a damage that was done when them was here to the black Rasta African man and woman also. Now we see a new thing happening, not a new thing, but a regurgitation of the same thing now where a whole heap of youth, just like we, when we did young, start to come Jamaica, white youth, locks, and soak up the culture. They're all the place, dub club, all over the place and thing, trench town and thing, you know. And they are accepted. They are very accepted. They're accepted to the point where the Rasta man who was supposed to deal with black liberation, African liberation, start to say, well, boy, right now, you know, so them also are saying about African liberation and them want to go Africa too. How the eye see it, which part it they know? How the eye see where Rastafari right there as it relates to what me I say? Or if the eye see it as anything?
Yeah, well, give thanks, Muta, for this opportunity. I think you've raised a very serious conversation, one that we have not necessarily embraced, I think, in a constructive way, in the way that you have raised it today. It's been a phenomenon, as you mentioned, that Rastafari has attracted white people's interest at various different levels of participation, including those who claim Rastafari. This is something that Plano, you mentioned, says that very early, in the early 70s, late 60s, he is accused of having let in intimately in an inner circle of Rastafari, Carol Yorney, allowing her to sip chalice with the brethren, and for many this was a real blasphemous conduct. You know, she was not only white but she was female. So it's an issue that people have in various ways started to look at from a longer time, to the point where it seems as though, you know, Rastafari and European white people are not so odd, you know, coming from tourists to reggae music, to those who come in search of, you know, ganja, or whatever it is, the cultural offering. Rastafari, I think, presents, and I don't even like using the word exotic, but it becomes a kind of exotic, spiritual, physical, mental, all kind of force embodied in the culture. So you come to Jamaica, and if you don't engage Rastafari, it's as though the trip is incomplete. You have not had a Jamaican experience, and the nation uses that brand at various different levels, and we ourselves have responded to it in various ways. Now, you raise the issue of what is the intention of Rastafari, and has that intention been fulfilled to the point where we can really don't care as to how we advance as a movement. I think as a community, as a nation, as a family, we have evolved as an African liberation movement primarily. This is not my idea. This is what people like Freddie Hicklin said from the 70s, and it has been echoed by various other prominent scholars. Rastafari represents an African liberation movement, and particularly given the condition of Africans in the diaspora, Jamaica, and continue to exist under in Africa, it remains a very important source of, as you put it, frontline, vanguard, ideological and lived resistance and development in Babylon. Given this, it has not just moved from our space, but it has moved across all the regions where Africans are, including regions where there are no Africans, which is what you're really talking about in this program. Now, in a real sense, that movement began once the Windrush people started to go into the UK, and Rastafari is said to have got to the UK in the late 50s, early 60s. With this move into spaces like this, our membership started to intermarry largely. And with intermarry, you have generations of mixed populations coming up. And particularly under those circumstances, mixed population and Africans in the UK became a big site of Rastafari global expansion in the 60s and into the 70s. As reggae music developed in the 70s, as you mentioned earlier, it became a big driving force now, and places like France in particular took up the association of Rastafari and all of that liberty through what reggae put in their way. And right across Europe, places like Italy, Germany, Spain have prominent Rastafari cultural representation brought to those spaces through reggae music. there are a number of different kinds of European interest in the movement. Some people are interested in just reggae music, and for them that is Rastafari associated with the ganja and locks. And, that is spiritual for them. They don't interested in anything else. And many of the Europeans fall, I would say, in that net. But there are also those who, perhaps through the introduction of reggae, come to a deeper understanding of Rastafari as an African liberation movement. And I like what you said earlier about Leonard Howell. Leonard Howell, I think, is one of the clearest persons to have emerged to explain the damage done by white supremacy and what was necessary as a result from us to respond to that. When Leonard Howell looked at civilization, which is what white supremacy claimed to have given us, he saw the destruction and the subhuman bondage that we were led into. And it was from that platform that he advanced black supremacy, led by our African king, emperor, and empress, as a source of returning dignity to humanity. And his conclusion was that we couldn't trust white supremacy or white people to lead us into dignity. This was something that was very clear from all of the colonial histories. So, given that foundation and that charge and a critique of our actual devolution as a people, Leonard Howell was clear that black supremacy was not just a better thing, but was the guiding light that humanity should follow. And he would say, don't give me civilization, don't use that word. Say black supremacy if you're trying to approximate what civilization can bring. Now, if you look at that kind of charge and you still look at the condition of Africans everywhere, you would realize that our dignity is not returned in the way that Leonard Howell speaks about us constructing empires and being great peoples as we have been in the past.
Yeah, and Marcus Garvey also feels that we need to step forward. And I listen Lassie, on the same speech we are talking about, when we say until, and say we will fight. We will fight because we're confident in the victory of good over evil. So these three men, what we are talking about now, is into the thing where they say is African redemption.
Yeah, African redemption hasn't begun in the way that it is anticipated, which is the human dignity of our population.
Yes.
I mean, so much vulnerability exists. People still in slavery all over Europe. The trade of Africans is still probably bigger now
than ever before.
And the conditions under which Africans exist everywhere.
And we have to have these programs on radio. I mean, from the mere fact that we have to have these programs on radio, it means that we're not reaching where we're supposed to be.
Precisely. Well, the fact is though, and this is where I think your argument is going. Are we at the point where, because it is said it is because of our carelessness in the past why we were enslaved, are we at that point where we can be careless as to how we proceed as a community? And that is particularly in relation to those who have injured us and continue to injure us in many ways.
Well, you know them say, if we don't learn from the past, we are going to repeat it. And what we say, we can condemn our ancestors because of what we were told about for them move as it relates to slavery. But when we look at the subtleness of all the heroes where we did have and the liberators where we did have, Africa still find itself in this position, and how the hell we can say something against our ancestors because we don't reach where we're supposed to reach.
In a sense, though, our success in constructing a way of liberating ourselves has been an attraction for people of African and non-African.
Everybody.
Everyone.
Yes.
So, in fact, let me give you an example. We introduced courses in Rastafari studies at the university over a decade ago. Right? The courses are always well subscribed. many students are interested in them. And I say many relative to what is interest for students. Now, in all of those classes, or grades, if there's any Scandinavian at the university, they insist on taking the course.
Yes.
If there are any people from the UK, they take it. Any Germans, they take it. What I'm saying is none of those Europeans pass through the university and not ensure they take this course.
Yes.
We also have interest from people around the Caribbean region. Variously, they might be interested, wondering what it is doing in a university, etc. The minimal interest comes from our local students,
yes.
if you understand what I'm saying.
Minimal, all the while.
Yeah. So the point is that for many ones, the movement as it stands represents a kind of, in fact, what we are seeing is that for many Rastafari, what is presented to them is when white people come into the faith, so to speak, they present themselves as very open to the strictest doctrines. And particularly the females. My observation is that there are more female Europeans who are seemingly genuinely interested in the faith. And usually that is attached to a spouse, baby father,
Rastaman.
And that is almost, I don't want to say it's unavoidable, but let me tell you what the situation in Jamaica presents. 85% of the community here in Jamaica is male. 15% is female, and this is based on official statistics. Yeah. What that means is that our movement is still considered young based on the demographics, yes, as much as we have elders in there, but a relatively young and vibrant movement in terms of childbearing. Most of those relationships are with women who are not within the faith. Yes. And what you end up having is either the children are born outside of the community, yes, in families that don't really are too concerned, or increasingly we see these European, these mixed relationships where brethren get into, partnerships which lead to marriages. In many instances, they get, transported abroad and become citizens.
In Europe, especially in Europe.
Places, Greece, there are a range of places, yes, that people go.
Yes.
So the fact is that just based on the way the population emerges, and what I'm saying is that women are less attracted to the movement.
Yes. They're more attracted to the men
that we see.
They're more attracted to the men.
There you go. And where they come into the faith, many of them transition out of the faith within 3 or 5 years. Yes. As the relationship may fail in many instances.
All right, so I'm going to put that in a perspective. The white woman is attracted to the Rasta man, not the faith.
Well, I don't know if it's just the white woman, but I think the woman who ends up being in a relationship that produces children is attracted to the Rasta man.
Yes, so when the Rasta man now, in time, the Rasta man will end up in Europe because of the marriage, the interracial marriage that is taking place here now. So you have children and them gone off to Europe.
Yeah, and a big part of what we're talking about are people who are already living in marginal situations.
Yes, Jamaica.
They're not sustaining themselves necessarily.
Yeah, them see a way out of poverty.
Give them pension and them things.
Them see a way out of poverty. Yeah, all right. So now, in the 70s, in the 60s and 70s, I was talking about how, especially the men them, no, not the women them, the men them, who become claim Rasta, the white man who claim Rasta in Jamaica, years after him eventually go back into the system that he was despising before him leave America. Now, what we see now, how you view this thing? Is this a regurgitation that even though them don't know it yet, but these white youth is coming now and soaking up the culture? You think that
turn back as Plano would say?
You think that it will happen when them go back again and start to go back and become children of Babylon again?
Well, okay, so that is almost like a predicted phenomenon, and by that I mean what Rastafari presents, which is what keeps it going for the last 90 years or so, is that the things that our cultural aesthetics are based on, and I'm talking about our language, our locks, our music, all of what comes together, our liberty, our food, our reasoning, all of these things are always going to have attraction to people who are trying to find themselves.
Definitely.
Now, whether you're black or white.
Yes.
Now, the issue always is whether after you have become attracted, are you committed to finding a way in the way that the liberty ordains. Most people are not prepared, and in many instances, when these people return to their suburban lives, you know, and the parents tell them going, stop the credit cards, no more vacations to Jamaica.
I tell you.
You're going to have to get accountable, you know, your father can get you a work, etc. It becomes, you know, one of those things. Now, the real issue is, you know, Muta, the way those experiences play out when they become people of influence.
Yes.
So, for example, when one of those become a congressman, and issues related to ganja or reparation come up.
They're more sympathetic to that.
Yeah, and if not, their backgrounds become smeared. Them have to find a way of legitimizing their lives previously by, and this is what I am hopeful about. You know, is anticipation I'm saying. But we're seeing it in some instances, you know, where people who know the culture are always well placed in various locations to ensure, say, you're not violated, you know, and to give you passage because them know, say, your concerns and your liberty is legitimate. So what I'm saying is that it comes back to what a planner would say, which is that Jano Wemado. I've heard you in the past when people say, but everybody are lax now. And many of them not Rasta. And you say, let them go on, you know. Some of them Rasta go and catch on to.
Of course.
You know, and impact. But also, wearing the locks transforms many people once people start responding to them, which is, I suppose, what you're saying. You know,
what I say that, apart from them going back to the credit card and everything there, the damage is already done to the liberation process.
Well, what I hear you
when them leave, the damage is already done because the rest of them here who did have it as let's get together and be all right and thing. When them move themselves out of that, not the white, the rest of them, the white people, they move themselves out of that space. It's like there's an empty space there. It's like Naya being there.
No, but Muta, I think we should make a distinction within the community because I think that there are many levels of interaction that people choose. You know, some people are in businesses based on their work, and you know, it's international business. They are in certain kind of relationships that them embrace people of all kinds of description. Some people, however, make a business out of these white people. That's a different kind of element, you know, where they almost like prey on the coming in and out, and that becomes their life.
Yeah, but I can ask you know, how that fit into the liberation? Because I remember, so we are talking on the premise of this is a liberation movement to free black people from colonialism and slavery and whatsoever else them can free themselves from. and Africa, which is the base now, Africa, how that fit into the whole process, that Rastafari process of repatriation, reparation, how that fit into, with African people.
Okay, so let me tell you what
hold on. I'm going to take this time. Well, I tell you the honest truth, it's really 2 minutes to 12 o'clock. Actually, 2 minutes to 12 o'clock. I don't know that happened a while ago, but yeah, when they try explore and put things in a context and figure it out, because, if you not do too well, so go do it. Because, some people just don't really want to delve into this because they'll get them in trouble. Well, we are not trouble for getting it, you understand? Who love me already, and who not love me already, I just saw it. I mean, they are too long now to figure that out. But we have to deal with it because it relates to I as a Rastafari brethren and a whole heap of ones out there. And it bother me. It bother me when a white Italian brother with lots longer than mine can come and tell me, say, me a Rasta, because of what me I say, as it relates to things where me experience and know where him never even know said it happen. Him a go show me now, say, boy, my talking, him never hear them talking there yet. Him don't know where them talking they come from. And me I say, but me no business if you don't know where it come from. You understand? So if never hear it yet, it can't work that way there. And me I show him, say, but I think some experience, brethren. You can't what I call the brethren name, but it's a reggae artist too. This is the cutting edge on IRFM. This is the cutting edge on IRFM, But I see some locks are right now, I've go about the place where if you don't know better, you think it's a real locks, man. Them have it down to the team, and my sister and I talk about it. And I say, why the locks thing there look away. Jalani, you there on the phone saying?
I'm here.
I'm not get my virgin, I know.
Yeah, man, I'm here. Do you think?
Yeah, no, may I ask you, if you see the locks, tell me about the place, I know. Will look like locks.
Yeah, man, and I've seen some of the Instagram videos with the ones them facing.
No, but I tell you, Rasta, you never know so far as locks.
But you see, this is the thing now, Muta. From the reggae explosion, you really have gone into a phase where the liberation movement that started in Trenchtown now start to attract people who are not connected to its genesis.
Yes.
And not really, even those who are in the forefront now through the reggae singing, yes, many of them not connected to the real purpose. And what they call the routinization, where Rastafari now, people using the language, people know your culture before you even tell them what your needs are, because there's a public conversation so much that people think they know this faith. And that is a lot of what has been happening over the last 3 or so decades, where the community of Rastafari is one set of people, and then there are a whole another set of people who are fascinated to aspects of the liberty and draw on that on a day-to-day basis, but not necessarily into everything. Mm-hmm. And in a real sense, that's a big part of our challenge right now, that the fullness of our liberty is in front of the society, but not everyone is practicing the fullness of the liberty in the way that it can be transformative to the society. And the issue you pose is whether when the outsiders come in, if that doesn't further adulterate our focus on transforming the things that are important within our community.
But all right, I don't agree with it. But what one them man from them time they used to say reggae are devil music. I don't know if you did about when them thing they say.
Yeah, man, even up to my time, those things.
Yeah, say devil music. I don't really agree with them, but real and true, I think that was them fear. Like even at the bubble house from them time there, I think that was the fear where them says Naya Bingy music or Rasta music than reggae music or devil music. The fear is that this music is going to almost bastardize the culture to the point where now it become watered down.
Well, it's a motor. We have a little challenge there in the sense that we have lighted a candle, and it's not possible to put that on that bed.
No.
And that's really what our awakening represents, not just for Africans. So even the reggae musician who says that he is acting on I&I behalf when he goes out there, is taking a piece of that life that in not necessarily working on in a deeper way, but in is there as one of the forefront people carrying it out. Now, I don't know if as a community we can call back the light.
No, it's not the calling back. No, all right. You see, my argument is not the calling back of the light. You know, my argument is how do we maintain this focus as a liberation process for black people? You see, it is good enough for incorporate. You see, we're not talking about shunning, the humanity of ourselves. We are talking about how do we, all right, you see me, I define Rastafari as a black power movement with a spiritual nucleus. That is how I define Rasta. The black power movement was the reason why it was started, to empower black people. Marcus Garvey, Leonard Owen, come, right? Now, we start to incorporate something as if we have achieved the power that we search for in the movement. So everybody now got to know to the nucleus of the thing, which is spirituality, which don't have no color. It's just a spiritual awakening of self. But even within the spiritual awakening of self, must define through African retentive elements of our cultural expression in Africa. We can't give up that African manifestation, not only in the power of blackness, but also in the power of spirituality that define we as African people. We have to insist on that.
I fully endorse what you're saying, and I think the history has affected what is now our present, meaning that there was a time when in Europe alone that reggae's touring was happening in a big way. There is now a generation that is also touring in Africa. Now, outside of the fact that they are now more present on that continent and working with Africans, within the continent of Africa itself, you still have the most rapid growth of the movement, places like
South Africa.
And you know it.
Ghana.
Yeah, man. Nigeria, even though it's not really considered a center, but yeah. So the point I'm making is that Africa is really just now awakening to represent the dialogue that we have so much wanted and haven't been having.
Yes.
And they are also putting their responses out in our own format and their own media mixed up in their local form, some in local language, etc. So the point is that that bridge is just now being constructed, And if you think about the move with Ghana, that's a big move in terms of course, just stimulus and setting an example of easement, because artists don't really need no hassle to present his work. They need easement, and not just the artists. I suppose the next step we will see, hopefully, is the air link because it is still going around the world to get to Africa, which is across from us. You know, so what I'm saying is that some of the okay, so a big part of the challenge in the past is that, you know, wealthy Europeans or whatever they are, were engaging with I&I cultural output and intellectual output at various levels that brought our brethren, particularly in connection with them. I think going forward in the future, we're going to see things changing somewhat, even though
where's the change? What do you mean? What kind of change?
I think that the emergence of African relationships are going to grow with the technology. I mean, you can see it on Instagram. Yes. You know, the artists, them, date stars out of Africa and them things. You know, someone like Alain just married a gospel artist from Africa. So what I'm saying is that the potential for relationships is now opening up in a different
because it's opening out in Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you say it's going to redirect its course? That is what you're saying?
I'm saying that, yeah, it's going to redirect its course because more of us are going to be involved.
But Africa, no, it's not a far place again. Africa is not a far place again. That is so. Yeah,
is that message?
Because right now, Chronic's in Uganda, you know?
There you go. And sending Instagram pictures. And, you know, the point is that in fan base now, are more connected in a way, all in band, you know, them are shared information. So that kind of intimacy. And I mean, one person going to Africa is different from a group how we are going up. That's a completely different set of engagement and collective experience. So the point is that as much as there has been a lot of misdirection, some of it has been steps in the direction that people want to go, you know. In many of the instances where you're talking about, you know, white Rastafari, I have seen people who preach black supremacy and practice black supremacy, you know, in the way that we would expect. I remember when the first time I encountered a white Bobo, this was at Bobo Hill, and he was the one on the bass drum. I couldn't believe it when I went in there. But no, he had come in from France, and, you know, he was a part of the community recognized as, you know, one who was within the fold.
Yeah, but you know, brethren, you see, to me, you know, what you know, that's a joke business, you know, because you know, no, a joke business that, to me. I don't see that as no glory, you know, because there's certain things that is certain things.
Yeah.
You know, we just mentioned Naya Bingi a while ago, which is the same thing you talk about now. The Naya Bingi is a woman. It's a Ugandan concept, idea from a queen. She say that this thing is a liberation tool for African people. The mama is a liberation tool for African people. I will not say.
Then they treat the queen herself.
We not say you can't have people around the corner that we say, yeah, you know, we not about white people now who are say, yeah, black people forget them liberation and them this and that. But you see certain things like the drum, which is a symbol of defiance. It's like a weapon, and you're okay. I don't care. You're gonna give the weapon to the slave master children to beat with you. I don't see that. I don't know about the next Rasta, you know. I just say, I don't see that. The drum. Oh, them never used to make Rasta woman beat drum.
I don't see that in ritual still. I mean,
yeah, then if they don't make a Rasta, alright, listen, Naya Bingi is a woman, you know. And it's only priestess. You never have no priest in a Naya Bingi, you know, in a Uganda, you know, it's priestess. No, them don't make, in a Naya Bingi house, them don't make the woman beat the drum. So how come you don't make a Rasta woman beat drum, but you don't make a white man who's same as a Rasta come beat the drum? And the drum is a defiance. Drums of defiance against white supremacy and against colonialism. and a Rasta woman, a black princess, African woman like Naya Bingi, is not allowed to beat the drum. But you make the son of the oppressor come in at your center and I beat the drum. I don't see that. Brethren.
I agree with you in the sense that...
I don't know if you agree with me, Jalali. I don't know if you agree with me because I don't see it.
No, man, I agree. It don't make sense in the way that we understand it.
Well, don't make sense. Don't way that we understand. Oh, you understand it?
Same way you understand it. This is our weapon against the oppressor. Now, the fact is, though, if it is that the face of the oppressor admits to have the heart of black supremacy and conforms to the guide and direction that is coming from I&I, which is how I perceive what was happening at Bubble Hill. This wasn't a congregation being led by this brethren. This was a brethren strengthening a congregation that was clearly being led by black supremacy. And the point you make about the women and their not being allowed really tells you not so much about Rastafari, but about our own brand of masculinity that is very much conforming to patriarchy. But I expect that...
Yeah, but this madness, because in Uganda, it wasn't... When it did happen in Uganda, it wasn't... It was a major...
It's the Christian elements that where we still maintain, because there are many...
Women must keep silent in the church.
Many groups of females in Africa that play drums as a part of their ritual and initiation. You know, there are many different places throughout the continent, and even here in Jamaica, there are brethren who are overturning that, and women are playing drums. I don't know if it's happening. I think Profi probably does it as well, if my memory serves me correctly. Women play drum.
When we are Profi, I can tell you something about that's why I say we have to hold on for the brethren there, because when we are Profi and move through, I will decide say why you want woman cover her locks. And why she can't be drum. And that was a contention as youth, you know. We are talking about where we are youth now. As youth, we was almost like troublemaker, because we are say the woman them liberate them locks. And why you want a woman be drum? Because Naya Bingi is a female spirit. And I say, no, all right, so you have this Naya Bingi woman who you are a grass, you put in your space. And then now you put a white man in the space to beat drum rather, like how we see him name the gay Prince Charles, as Prince Charles name the drum.
And he's right.
I beat the drum. And when I beat the drum, yeah. And when I ask him, oh yeah, Prince Charles the drum, him no, they don't know, tell him I have to come bow. I say bow, him not bow, him see that fun. Him see that some little joke business. Because when him left person go on next with and do a next thing. You see, when him beat the drum, it's just a pretty little look thing. It's not like
an opportunity.
Yeah, it's an opportunity photo, you know, him grounds with the Rasta man them in Jamaica, and you give him your drum. No, sir, that don't work. To me personally, not about me personally.
Muta, you're really talking about our checking ourselves consistently as to where our logic is on the militant mission and where are we on that journey. And I think the conversation you're having about the infiltration, the infusion, whatever you want to describe it as, of white people is something we will have to face as a community, because every time I attend a Rastafari gathering where white persons turn up, it becomes a derailment. There's a set of the community who feel uncomfortable and start to say that this is not what we had anticipated, this should be a close family meeting. I remember going to a meeting where a dreadlocked white woman, Rasta woman, raised her hand to speak in a gathering that had said it would not allow Europeans. And when the chairman said yes, he corrected himself and said, but no, we have a rule that says she can't speak, and then went on to say, but she's married to one of our community and she have children. And how do we consider the children coming from this union?
Not only that, no, you're the problem with it, no.
Yeah.
What it affects mostly, and even that conversation I know might upset is that the Rasta man who married to a European woman, that is where it affects them, because the Rasta woman who is seeing this conversation now, this European woman who claim Rastafari now, is seeing this conversation as a non-entity. Why do they talk about that when we are all one and Rasta mean love? I don't know them get Rasta for mean love. Rastafari is one who is to be feared. That's what the word mean. Tafari, one to be feared. You didn't understand it in other context?
Yeah, man, that's what the word means.
The word Tafari mean one to be feared. I don't know how Rastafari become love. Love is man who fight for them redemption. Is mama. Is Naya being gay. See, it's that it talk about, We have love in our but we love people first. Race first. Marcus Garvey. Family. If your wife a drown and another man wife a drown, you're going to try to save your wife first. If you pick me a drown, and a man a drown also, you're going to try to save your picnic first. You have to take care of your family first. You see, and the black family is at a loss right now. And we have so much people come talk to it. Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, this, that, everybody come talk, this, that, and setting. And we still insist. So I say, what you talk about? Them think they're gone. What you talk now, what living on now. You see, and the youth them have that attitude now because it's them get fed the westernization of them culture now.
But it's more than that, right now, just given what the internet and social media is, there's a
fashion. And the Western that now.
Yeah, there's a fashion in the interracial relationships now.
You see, locks become a fashion statement rather than a resistance statement.
Point right now.
Locks become a fashion statement now because that is what it is now.
Yeah.
It's a fashion statement. People actually saying it's a fashion. It's a statement. It's what I'm called ear style.
But Musa, you must have spoken to people who tell you they didn't set out to have an interracial relationship, and that it was a genuine, meeting and falling in love story.
No, watch out. Me never say black man can't love a white woman,
See.
Watch out. Me not so fool for your thing say black man. Watch out. Black man love white woman, China woman, love black, yellow man, this and that. What me I say is that this thing named Rastafari, it not named Christianity, it named Rastafari. Rastafari is a liberation movement that is dealing with the liberation of African people. It was started with the main purpose. I don't know.
No, but you're right, because and this is something that we should probably take up at a level of research. And by that I'm saying that a lot of these relationships don't last very long, even where children are involved and marriage is involved. Right? They break up because of cultural differences and a range of other things. I remember a case in particular where a brethren said that he actually abused the white woman because she would take things that the black woman wouldn't take.
Yes.
And, him admit that it wasn't good for him to have done that. It's almost like
it can't be reverse. Can't abuse women.
Yeah.
Abuse of woman, whether black or white, is a non. We can't work with that.
So the point is that what you really have is, in many instances, these unions start out with uncomfortableness based on the very first thing that you're talking about, that in many people's mind, it is a race-first movement. So why am I in this relationship? And what I'm saying is that the people in these relationships often start out with psychological baggage.
Yes.
So the advice that Garvey gives us, right, is really central. That in order for us to achieve our ambitions, our great man of color kind of ambition, we're going to have to really be more militant in our...
It's the militancy I deal with. It's the militancy I deal with.
Sexual relations.
It'll get lost. It'll lose its flavor. It'll lose its taste, It's supposed to be pepper. It's supposed to be pepper, man. It's supposed to, scotch and make you feel good and your body get warm. You understand? I mean, I talk about now, if a man want to marry a white woman, I don't care. And I'm not telling nobody, say a black man can't.
So Muta, there's a different issue there. You see, the fact is, remember, there aren't a lot of female Rastafari, right?
Yes.
And let's talk about Jamaica. It's not many women who are going to find themselves in relationships with a Rastaman. And
well, most Rastaman in piano Rasta and in wife and
is those things I'm saying. So the fact is that as a community,
yes,
we have failed in keeping women attracted to coming into the movement deeper, because that's how the family is going to be strengthened.
Yeah, but you know Jalani. The argument can be made that when Leonard Owen say Black King, he never say Rastafari King, he say African people need to alright, Leonard Owen did not talk about African liberation for African people. Rasta come in between that now, and him say Rastafari is a person who will be the vanguard of this liberation when Leonard Owen talk about. Alright, so a Rasta man having a black woman, I don't see it a move from the idea of Leonard Owen. We say African people, Rastafari is a liberation movement for liberate African people from colonialism and slavery. What I talk about is the argument of going over upon the line now, and him say white supremacy is the problem to African people, Him never say uneducated black people. Uneducated black people is a problem, but then we can work that out as a family, as an African family. But we are talking about now white supremacy. And white supremacy, we are declaring a fight, a war against white supremacy. So, I not tell a man say he can't love a white woman. It's love is just love. To me, love is love. You have people who love. How will you talk?
Okay, so I fully over what you're saying, and
no, me know you over what I'm saying. No, me know you over what I'm saying, but that's why I reiterate it to the listeners.
And the point I was trying to make, though, is that the way the world populations exist now, right? The same black woman that you love can have ancestry that don't look like her. You know what I mean?
But that now have nothing to do with it.
No, the point I'm making is that it could be as close as a grandmother that is from a different race.
Yeah, but if you look, if you look on all most of the leaders them in the African struggle, them are now 100% African black.
See.
You look on Marcus Garvey, you see a black man. You look on Farrakhan, I mean, wow. You look on Malcolm X, you say, wow, them call him Reds as a matter of fact. You look on a whole heap of African leaders, that's not the point. You see, remember Peter Touch come sum it up and say, if your complexion high, if your complexion low, no matter where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're African.
Yeah.
So we are say, we come in so much different shades. We come in so much different ways.
Muta, you know where you began the reasoning, where you wondered about a kind of modern modern slavery. So this is the point now. I meet so many youth in particular, right, that is almost like them get slew you know, first of all, them see a white person and them talk to them casually. And that builds into a whole set of potential that can transform their lives. and you ask, no, you
opportunity.
Taking the bait.
I like the grill. When you look at the grill, that's a go on. Rent a dream.
Yeah, man, you see them taking the bait, and it really is an issue of integrity and resources, no? Yes. Because as long as people are in search of those kinds of foreign opportunity,
yeah.
That bait is, you know,
it's not love. It's not love. It's not love. It's opportunity.
But also, you know, and I think this is a part of the reality of who we are. We are going to attract that other that is exactly what we fight against.
Yes.
And we, as you are reminding us, have to be clear as to what we represent. You know,
yes.
Is it a carnal movement, which is what, you know, Plano used to have? Is it a carnal movement? You know, you can't design on a carnal mind. You know, so in a sense, it's really about governing that part of ourselves. That we don't listen. Hey, you know, say many of them people they come. It's like them tracking lion in a jungle when them come in search of Rastafari.
Yes.
If you know what I say, Muta, they're coming to track and to capture one of our prize lions.
Yes.
If you understand what I say, and in many instances that lion get well tamed. You know, which is a misfortune because it adulterates what we represent. But if we cannot find avenues to, you know, give, because it's what you talk about with your children. You give your children exposure so people can entice them with those little trinkets and get them off track. You know, and I think the cry for exposure is a thing that I get from youth consistently, drawn in by media that shows them bling bling. They want first-hand exposure to these things.
Yes.
You know, and it's as much as we have a culture that is fascinating, even within our own families, our children, we have to find ways of helping to navigate these bling bling that can certainly distract them.
Of course. And wanting is a problem. Wanting. See, a society, and I have a talk with society now, but you see, when a Rasta man, they are Negro, you know, and all them can do up on the beach and sell trinkets, and a woman come on in her bikini, white like chalk, and I hear her flow up on her back, and she wet to come out of the water, and him see this. And then she now, looking upon this man, looking very, I mean, from the past.
Dengue fever.
Oh gosh, man. She want him. And she'll do anything to get him. And him being the man who never get exposed to that, him want she too. So them conversation, little more end up at France. And then when you realize youth and all them things involved now, and you realize, but wait, it's what is. Him start to try to figure out a way out, and she try to figure out a way out too, you know. But
you know, so this is not just here, because you know, so the Maasai have the same issue happening. And
oh gosh, man, watch out, Bridging. You know, why you gonna mention Maasai?
No,
it's like you're looking at me. Wait, meet some Maasai. The Maasai walk from where they Tanzania, them there. Kenya. Come clear look at South Africa, them walk, you know, Rasta. And me there, them a reason them, and me I say, what them man are not easy. You see, them old thinking is the same way now, you know. It's Europe, them want to go, you know, Rasta.
There you go.
Because them have some little white lady they are waiting for them. Them have white lady are waiting for them, and I say, but them Maasai man, you can't imagine them a walk in a near the Eiffel Tower, you know, with them traditional clothes. Them is the center of attraction and attention.
Well, you see, that's the challenge now, because I remember the first time I went to Ethiopia and spoke to children born in Ethiopia. They were now interested in Jamaica because Jamaica was such a cultural mecca.
Yes.
It had all of the black icons that them would be interested in. Musically and otherwise. And I remember one of the children saying to me, this is there must be more than this. And the real thing is that there's no way of holding back where the world is as far as technology.
Yes.
So we really have to find ways now of. This is what His Majesty wanted for Ethiopia, to be able to bring in
connection.
What is important to people's development.
Them call it Pan-Africanism.
Yeah.
But what I say to you now, I have been, I go Africa like 1, 2, 3 times a year. I go Africa. I have never met an African who say, "Don't want to come to Jamaica."
There you go.
Them want to come to Jamaica.
Yeah.
Because there's something here. And what is here? Rasta, reggae, ganja. That is really why they want to come. Them see so much on the internet, on YouTube, them hear so much music. It attracts them. They want to come here.
So, you see, Muta, that's the point, that if it is that we are such a loud power as far as impacts on people around the world, there's almost no way you can keep out what comes in at you.
No, but we must assert itself, man. If we know so it's that power. When the Jews them realize that them have power, they assert themselves, and nobody run from them.
That is the point now.
You see it? So when we realize that we have that power now, why can't we assert itself in relationship to our freedom and liberation and don't feel no way like say, boy, right now we're going to embarrass somebody or we're going to make somebody feel a way. Nobody's going to feel no way. It's you, and you assert yourself. It's just so it go.
Well, Muta, you know what I would love to see happening? I'd love to see some of them big summer festivals redirected towards the Caribbean and Africa, and people stop brag to them over Europe, like say, the point is that there is a consciousness within the same fraternity that is leading the conversation.
Yes.
There's a consciousness and a philosophy that my first priority are my people. I want to be available to that. Many artists don't want Africa because they must say Africa can't pay them enough.
Yes.
And, the bands are so big that it becomes expensive when you have to go around the world with people in order to get them for 2 or 3 shows in a day.
I one artist will answer that, one artist will tell you, Jalani.
No, Musa, it's because of you why many of them have gone.
Yeah, me know, but you
go and come back and nothing do you.
I'm going to tell you something. Most of the things them I have materially is Africa divide. That was one of my things I said, but wait. They mean say, you remember Bob Marley say the music are gonna move till it reach the right people. You ever hear a quote from Bob Marley? Yeah, man, him say the music are gonna move until it reach the right people. Africa ain't that talk about, But wait now. You see, when I look on the first time when I got Africa, when we are still supposed to go Africa and we get stranded down there, couldn't come back and all these things and no money and all them something there. And I realized now, say, I now go stop, and I hear all this when I come back and say, them now go Africa, because them no want to reach Muta, reach them. And I see over the years, I keep going to Africa, free money, anything. And you see right now, I have no complaint.
No, but when you say Muta, the fact is, that you're not like that in terms of hype personality. But right now, Africa is hype, and people like Usain Bolt showing himself up all over the continent. People will want to go there now. You were a part of that journey when it was a hardship and probably not glamorous journey.
Yes.
Yeah. Now Africa fashionable.
And that was what we wanted to see. We wanted to see the people go to Africa, but realize that Africa is not what them think.
Not at all. In fact, it is more what they want than they imagine.
Oh gosh, man. Say your philosophy, man. Wait a minute. Say that again.
it is more what they want
than what them imagine. Oh gosh, but can I use it?
Consistent experience.
You don't copyright that. You never copyright that.
Jamaica.
You copyright that?
No.
Okay, I can't use it again. It's more than the one that they imagine.
When I forward from any part in Africa and come here,
yes,
pain is that when I see Africa, I notice far more what we want than we imagine.
Of course. Of course, man.
Yeah, man.
I just hope, say, at least one time in them life, every Rasta man should end up in Africa one time in them life. Even if they don't want to repatriate, or if they don't want to stay there, but them should just go there one time in them life, Virgin.
I think that is the hope of most Rastafari.
Yeah.
I mean...
But some man have the money, and she say, why I'm going to Miami, go sit down with them bridging them. I'm going to New York, I go London.
See, well, I think as the world gets smaller,
yes,
it's unfortunate what just happened in Ethiopia as a kind of, political destabilization.
But by the way, we're not today. The security guard shooting bars.
Yeah, serious thing.
That's amazing.
And Muta, the thing is, the Prime Minister, as a military man, deliberately released almost 8,000 political prisoners since he get to power.
Yes.
So in my mind, in trying to create a new stability.
Yes.
by seeing where things are.
Yes.
So effectively they removed some of the opposition, it seems, based on this move, because the man who inspired the coup was killed.
Yes.
But the ethnic issues, really make we understand tribal war.
Yeah,
at a serious level.
More than what them call
it? Yeah, man. The Amhara and the Aroma.
And the Amhara, yes. Yeah.
Factions. And the Tigrayans feeling marginalized, The man that was shot was Tigrayan, so there's an imbalance as far as their own minority in the Ethiopian Federation.
Yeah. But I don't know if you hear the thing I go around say, Ghana and Rwanda is the fastest rising economy in Africa.
Ghana and Rwanda. I know that Rwanda has been in the picture for a while, and I've seen things about Ghana.
Them technology, watch out. Remember, I said 20 years ago, Rwanda was a war zone. A war zone,
with people fleeing.
Yes, through the French and all them people, they go down and go create problem. And now, that's why I tell you now. I said, pan the stepping razor, a whole time.
Things can be turned around, but if there is a real commitment to that. I heard you.
So, these people up here, so we deal with security, should have visit some of them country there and find out what is it that these people do to turn around them countries. So, consider that these countries was written off. Them right off one line of virgin. The biggest atrocity is done.
Muta, security is one of the biggest businesses in Jamaica. Burial is another big business. What is you don't get the picture. Nobody in power who is making money off of the crime and violence is really in a rush to change things.
Terrible, man. Terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bridget, give thanks,
Yes, my brother. Give thanks for the conversation.
Yeah, man, I give thanks to your volunteer to say it.
You take the bull by your hand.
And say you're going in trouble tomorrow.
Well, I'll point to you. I'll come and get a work in terms of employment.
Because we have a way to get people that trouble with the tax. So we get myself that trouble to what me not care.
Hopefully your ODR CD is enough to protect and cover. Yeah?
And I hope that people will see it as a conversation that needs to be examined rather than Muta just a create problem.
No, Muta. I was here before. I full enjoyed that conversation on Splinter, and
Sam.
I'm wondering if
Storm.
Yeah, with Storm.
Yeah, Storm started last week, yes.
Yeah, man. The actress in studio with you and him, and just the fullness of the engagement on the film.
Yes.
It was instructive for me to listen, and I know that there are other films, and I know that you are a film buff. I wondered if you would consider more regularly having that kind of review, you know?
Yeah.
The way them have book review, you know?
Yeah, well, so we have you know. Last week we have started. This week we have you.
Well, the film that we are talking about don't make it. Maybe we need to get Storm to make this film. Because
no, when I say you talk about having things like those. I review something else or no.
Yeah, man, the true thing. But what I'm also saying is that this might be a film.
Oh, okay. Well, you can't go talk to him about it. Me not talk to him.
This might be a film.
All right, sir.
Give thanks, bro.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
Highly.
Yes. Jalani, Rastafari bridging from all over, very intricately involved with a whole heap of aspects of Rastafari, and is also a professor of a university, you know what I mean? So we just go through the thing, and we hope say it kind of open my appetite, you understand? Because it's necessary and important, and certain conversation, even though it's bitter to the mouth, but it can be very sweet to the belly after you absorb it and drink some water in this hot time. This is the cutting edge on RFM. Going where no most people afraid.
Red.
Blessed man.
Hot.
Red.
Yes, I am. Blazing. Let me ask you a question. The virgin we just spoke, was he one of the Warriors on planner?
Yeah.
In the 90s?
Yeah, when he was at university, yes.
Yes. All right. I thought so.
Glad to see you, man. I'm glad to see you.
Yeah, I met there with me there, listening my reason.
No, I said it was good to see you.
Yes, man, it's good to see you.
After so much years.
You know, yes, I say, man, the ancient of days. You know what? When I see the eye, you know what come to my mind? About Kush.
Yeah.
I'll talk about Kush a little bit, but I want to start with two Empress. Sister P and Nani, Cabo, Mahat, Keru. Why? Because them dep on the Ghana tip from 92.
Yeah.
See where I come from, brother?
Yeah.
And I hear Sister P say, if only the Minister of Tourism would spend a little time in all the capital cities of all 54 countries, or probably just Ghana, then, you know, you'll get some ones from the motherland in Jamaica, you know?
Yeah.
300,000 or 500,000, and not just pursuing American
and Russia.
Canadian.
And Russia.
Yeah?
Them can't clear Russia and look how Africa is over there. So, and them, I mean, it's strange, man.
They put Russia in a European. She said European, Canadians, and Americans. That is so the Ministry of Tourism. And look,
them have flights from where them go straight to Russia, you know, from Montego Bay, you know.
Oh, yeah, sir.
Yeah, man, them have flight from there because them have a whole heap of Russian tourists, you know. A whole heap of Russian youth are coming, you know, to learn about dancing, you know.
What you saying?
That's them not, yeah, man, that's them not have to send you know, Jamaican for go to dance. Them just come along and come learn it and then start to teach it for themselves. I mean, 1 or 2 times they will send for some Jamaican dance group for show them dance class. But eventually, just like Japan, remember when I whole parties used to go to Japan?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Japanese them just look where we are doing and just know them have bounty killer Japanese bounty killer. Them have bounty killer, them have Bob Marley Japan. I mean, that tell you about me. I can't stop talking about it one night. Me there Japan, man, and we go in a one club car. Me want to see where I go on. When me go in there, I stand up. Me see about 7 women coming there, you know, with the battle rider and this and I say, wait, this is what I go on. You saw me see them a dance. Me said, no, this is not easy. And you know, say, one of them did will dance all queen down here. Yeah,
me remember she. One of the skinny boy one.
And the number one sound system, Mighty Crown, a Japanese youth them.
Mm-hmm.
So you must know how it go.
But it's one thing when Mighty Crown write so much. I do special to them is when them come and dance and buck up the Jamaican selector.
They attack all kind of policy and they play the modern coon tune. Mighty Crown play the ancient script, the original foundation tune.
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, no matter how hype the crowd is, the crowd ending up going with them.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Russia, one of the most racist places on earth. When they do to the Afro-Raska student, them are going to go study. Is unbelievable, brother.
But them didn't involve in a slave trade too, you know. Them didn't involve in a slave trade too with African.
Then you should have said that now. I'm going to big up CBM ladies crew where do the leisure program them like on Saturday evening and Sunday after profile with Ellington and all these things. One of the ladies say, young lady say, and when we start tell Russia said them was involved, the ambassador, one of them stood up and I run him out about no. And I have to tell him, say, what you talking about? We have all the documents here to prove
it. Yeah, man, Russia did involve, man.
This is not the generation where you can hoodwink or bamboozle. They don't go brutally, so I say now. The daughter where I said that, you know, you want to, I wouldn't say fastidious, but she's well, you know, put together in a freedom fashion and thing. You not expect a daughter with that profile to have behave so. So when I say to Rastafari now, careful how we start chant reparation and then back off it and then make some other ones come take it up. Fourth Kingdom of Rome, my brother. Right? Greece, Rome, Italy, Anglo-England, and America. See, now America is in the rulership. Right?
Yeah.
All the trinkets where them have, them cannot survive without the motherland of Africa. All them are gone. Europe, let me tell you something. The foundation, bedrock, economical power, cornerstone or center stone to Europe is the motherland. Even Rwanda get all them things from the Congo next door.
Yeah.
You know, see, because them big in the basalt and the coltan trade.
Yes, the cell phone. They might develop a whole heap of electronic things on Rwanda.
And all electronics, most important, we don't call it now, I don't want to say ingredients, but we don't call it already now, makeup thing. The parts.
Yeah, man, that's where I say, man.
And the coltan out of Congo alone.
Out of the Congo, yes.
Produce them thing there now.
Yeah.
Next door, them find a way how to get to them. And I can't blame them, no brother, because the European them come now, the Chinese them come. It's where I come from. So where I say now, those Caucasians that come and are coming a big and a come round, that's why the Rasta man have to find a way and learn quick. What do you name? Jalani or Jabalani?
The Virgin Jalani name.
Jalani. You see the city of the country Mesopotamia, brother, is the blackest city known to man from before Bible. See, now, how did I?
That is present day Iraq.
Present day Iraq is the capital. Present day Iraq is Babylon, the capital.
No. Babylon is a place in Iraq.
Yeah,
Mesopotamia is present day Iraq. But inside of Iraq, you have Ur, you have Babylon, and all of this city.
All right, now. So where I say now, how did we came or come to be burning the land of Kush, which is Mesopotamia, and you know your Rasta born Rome no more?
No, because we them are born Babylon because a Judeo-Christian mindset.
They know that me about use a man about Judeo-Christian mindset for years. Yeah. That's why I say master teacher, you know, don't take it light in a virtue. Yeah. Man, they acknowledge when work is done, you know. Yeah. Because no man can go back and replay the work and redo it, and the time not go allow it. Yeah. The time will not allow it because the work is laid out already. So you and I say, no, my brother, master teacher. I roam the fire for food pan.
Of course.
Because watch this now. Watch this, my brother. Remember, you know, when I listen to Bill Eichel work, my brother. See, the most money spent was the port in Eritrea. And the Italian them just sit down and all kind of guys and style. You see, as soon as the port done, then take over Eritrea and lock the port away from the king. Yeah. Can guys see that, my brethren? The king have to go to Djibouti. But pay them now to use them port. So, you see, Rome, remember again, you know, when when the Romans they come to Alexandria in Kemet and see the ivory, them never notice much book in the earth, brother. Where them couldn't lay upon the ship, them burn. But I just want the Roman them to know that all where you burn, they put iron DNA. You have to know them things there. You have some warrior who come in the earth where all the things we never have to read the book. That print for iron DNA, because iron was born to replica.
Well, you know, Jesse, you know, the amount of songs that has been written against Babylon is overwhelmingly much more than the amount of songs that are written against Rome. But you know, we need to understand this in this time, you know, say, we have to redirect those language to where it's supposed to go to, which is Rome, not Babylon.
So, Master Teacher, can they accomplish that mission?
I don't know if they accomplish it, you know, but this is what we're doing here now. We are setting the stone now to start build the cities. We are saying, Rasta, right now, well, we are saying it all the while, that we need to stop. We used to say it. It's no weird because we used to say it, we can't stop. We don't feel no way to stop. It's something I used to say. And I know so I did have to move from that because without knowledge come wisdom and understanding for certain things. Rome is not somewhere for burn. The reason why we burn Rome is because of our Judeo-Christian mindset. We claim say we is Israelite, we come from Babylon.
We burn Babylon, the Judeo-Christian mindset.
So most Rastafis say them are Israelite and them come out of Babylon, and Babylon is a wicked place. Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and all these things. So them burn Babylon. But really all of the things them that confront with then and now is that Greco-Roman ideas that perpetuate itself from right now where it's very difficult to come out, but those of us who come outside have to continue saying it, that people can go use them Google and use whatever them use to get information so that them can really recognize what we are saying.
When last you go to a Bingi, or when last you listen to Tabernacle in Bobo Hill, brother, this is what I say. Over the years of burning Babylon, George Bush, under the wave frequency that go through the universe, went into Iraq, Mesopotamia, and clear out the warehouses of Lockheed Martin, Benchtech, Boeing, and Halliburton, with all the 20,000 pound bombs, and drop it in Iraq, Mesopotamia, my brother. Them just back the storehouses done.
Match up the ancient cities, man.
Them have the Caucasian them in Europe have to beg George Bush, don't bomb the pyramid of Ziggurat, 30 floors, with flush toilet on the 27, 29 floor. Them time there, Europe had show them fecal matter from them chimney through them back window. It's where I come from. So them are going on and go on like funny. You know, so I now watch them because it's when the Caucasian and them say them are come a bingy. They say if I did a burn Rome, them wouldn't comfortable. Have you ever seen them face when Rome get burned? Yes, them delighted when Babylon get burned. Because them know say that is the black city. You know, so me skip this. It's when I see the eye in the night, Abakush I see the brother. He ancient Abakush will lead out Mesopotamia, brother. The ancient of days in a brethren. That's why I know you're not let it go. Because that's the I know. See? So why I say, Master Teacher. You see Abakush, no Caucasian can name so. But the Caucasian can come to the name Rasta and then name this. And then name that. Ancient Abakush. See? Where the Englishman was in his 12,000 years of literacy, eating butter bread and butter bulla with his name and couldn't read it without a basic school. Abakush have 17 university in the south of Spain. That's why the French them have so much respect, because when them peep over them see. It's where I come from. And then remember say the Carthaginian and animal still gonna go teach again. That's why your interview couple and secondary that say you know, say I'm a Moor to come from a compound town, and I do my master's degree in Spain, and I was looking for the relics of the Moors, and believe I couldn't find none. And here is a place where the Moors deal and civilize the Spaniards. It's why I come from that Columbus to have a navigator as a Moor to take him across the sea. Brother, remember, you know, them have ships to carry the Cushites from the motherland into the Americas and the Caribbean, right? When they don't talk about the shackles the way you have at your yard. Sometimes I and ancient mama and abba and brothers and sisters, and sometimes young youths, baby all in a hand, have to travel 500 miles, 400, 300, 200. 200 miles from St. Imus Point to Negril. Picture walking that with shackles, brethren, to go in a warehouse and storehouse and wait for a ship to come. So yes, when I say reparation, I want the Caucasian and we are running now. Where them a come say, if them a go stick up for them parents in these.
Yeah, we demand reparation for we.
I want to say them also reparation for them too. Because them a say dingy for them, and them a say this for them. So what them a go say reparation for them too?
I don't know.
I'm asking a question.
I just say that that is the way the world must come for them. That they must go to them people and say, look here, this is what is what, this is what is what. Reparation is a just cause and them need to lobby for that.
When will it be? Reparation money. Mutabaruka reparation must be paid. Oh yeah. Now that I see that the time has come, Babylon did carpet bomber reparation, still not pay. Oh, Muta, don't you see? Don't you believe me? Don't you think that them should have paid me 500 years apart, labor fundamentally, build up the Western economy and still hate me? Lies is the foundation of their civilization activity, no virtue of international morality. Look how when them pay me, look how when them slave me, and then they want to pay me. Then them have a Caucasian and Jesus will save me. When will it be? Reparation money. Reparation Mutabaruka must be paid. Oh yeah. I wanna have them thing there with the pants straight forward and straight up. I say, you see Caucasian them, I still not go even make no little something make I am the little gremlin them. We call them gremlin having a little something. Because you see the boys them we are talking about, we have real power. We hide behind, you know, listen at certain we have vibration and sending them little gremlin there. Really at them the fire go put on brethren. So we have to find a way to tell them little gremlin and say, yo, you see you want to come and being there, you want to do this and that. See work, I know. You have to go put in a work, yeah. I want to see you to stick up your father and your mother way in a certain places. And say, yo, you have to go make sure it's a reparation to you know. Because you don't want to what will happen. Because you see, the fourth kingdom of Rome is America. This is it. So I tell them little gremlin and say, watch out, which side of the story you want depending on your thought history. And you say you want the goodness and you want the righteousness. You're the part I know. To the Caucasian. When your parents, men, in chauvinistic behavior, used to stuff them boots and beat them Caucasian women and have them under duress and suppression and all these things. I listen to say crowned him queen. And when the priest them in Ethiopia say, Baba Tanoy, it's a custom in Ethiopia for you crowning the great regal and people come from all over the world. And then a month after your queen crown in our back room. The king said, no, today is equality between king and queen, man and woman. Man and men will crown it I. Brother, it was not criticized. So Haile Selassie is the first woman, queen, empress, liberator. That was 1930, Muta, picture 1930. We remember how the Caucasian treat the woman, brethren. All when them reach America, she in a kitchen and cook, she not have no talk. That's why them have it. Because we listen to the Rasta say, the woman of the chant I have been here, she not be beat drum and she not be do this and do that. Is that Judah Christian
mindset.
behavior.
Junior Christian mindset. Paul. It's a Paularian mindset.
Pauline mindset.
Pauline is a Pauline mindset.
After the whole of I came out the womb of the queen,
yes.
You go tell I say no, she not can do this.
Yes.
And it is an Arab mindset too. Because no one treat the woman wicked than the Arab, you know, brother.
Yes.
I remember say the Arab is a mixture of Kush and the latter day Persian woman. Because original Persian was Kush too, you know. The whole Iran, Iraq and part of Syria was Mesopotamia, you know, brother. A chop and capture and go on, you know. All you see, remember, you know, the Shiite in Iraq is remnant of the Kushite. The Shiite is remnant of the Kushite. The Sunni, them now is more Saudi Arabia. That's why now them are fight Yemen, which is the data set of Arabs. And remember, when...
Which are the some Makeda come from? The Queen of Sheba, Yemen.
Where she ruled. She's most Ethiopian. I remember them time there was a queen test rule. A queen a rule Ethiopia for hundreds, probably thousands of years.
Well, we have to move though, you know, we have to move.
You see, before you move, when the dark skin Arab used to rule Arabia, and the Queen of England saw, Victoria them saw, it fits the Isle over there. Them did light skin Arab all the money to go murder all the dark skin out of Arabia and took it over. That's what they do a Yemen again. And don't forget, Dubai rebuild or build over the Tower of Babel.
We have to move. We have to move, Jesse. We have to move, Jesse.
All right, brother.
Yeah. So, people them want sing, you know. The youth them come sing pass the Dutch because if them say pass the country to get played. See, can't believe that. But it's a good twist to it. Because it go sell, I think it sell $1 million too. Yeah, pass the Dutch. The man them have to go twist it through because them say, no way Jose, not in England. That can't play, but no pass the country. Musical youth, man, may I tell you. Of course, it will play well, not in England, still.